Hello, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about something that's way not in my radar, but I think it needs to be dated and stated. And we're going to talk today about halo collar. So, a lot of guys that are living out kind of homesteading or doing whatever, they have their good old trusty farm dogs. And these farm dogs roam a beautiful stretch of land that's over 100 acres. And we have river bottom and everything that they love to swim in and play around in and everything else. Our biggest problem is these dogs also love to run, even with 3 legs. This little one gets around. And they chase deer, and they'll chase those deer all the way till, well, to the freaking next county if you let them. So the solution that we found, obviously, was what a lot of people use, which is the halo collars. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about these halo collars. And trust me, this is a real review. This is not a review of being paid, or Halo definitely doesn't give me anything for these reviews whatsoever. So I'm going to give you a true, honest, accurate review, and maybe they'll fit you, maybe they won't. What I've discovered about these collars is they're very, 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 very problematic. They have a tendency to have a GPS tracking that is not perfect. Now that's fine for us because we have such a large area. I can go into the app and set my maps a little bit smaller than what the actual fence line is supposed to be. And that allows the dogs to get a little bit lit before they get to the property line that I don't want them to cross. So if you live in town, or you live in a small area where you only have, a basic backyard, or half an acre or something like that, these collars are not going to work for you. Just simply put, they will not work. If you have a city lot, don't even waste your money, because by the time your dog gets lit, he's going to be 3 freaking, family yards away from you. So with that being said, if you do have a big, large agricultural area like we do, they do work for keeping the dogs wrestled in their area. These dogs were smart. They didn't have a lot of training to work with them. I mean, I guess it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out if you're getting shocked that it hurts. The good thing about Halo is when they start coming back to their home point, it'll stop shocking them. So when they cross the line, it'll give them a little bit of buzz, a whistle. And then once they actually get to the emergency boundary, which is across your fence boundary, it will static shock them. And it'll continue to do that for like 10 seconds. Unless they turn around, they head back to the yard, then it'll stop shocking them. So the dogs know, hey, this is telling me I can't go any further. So they work really good for that. They work really good for changing your boundary if you camp, if you go to the mountains or anything like that. They work really good for keeping your dogs corralled for that. My biggest complaint is they're stupid expensive and their quality is not very good. We got one for each dog. This one we just got 3 weeks ago. It has a burnt LTE card. This is the 5th one for this dog this year. 4 of them I think have landed under warranty. The first one, we had the Halo Care, which if you do buy these collars, you're obviously investing quite a bit of money in them. Highly recommend getting the Halo Care. It's $10 a month. It sucks, but it does work. And then if you damage your collar or it breaks out of warranty, then it's $200 to get another one rather than having to pay the full $650 again. So we do have Halo Care on all the collars, and I have had to replace 3 collars off of Halo Care. However, I've had to replace about, I would say probably six collars, maybe 7 under warranty. So they have some quality control issues going on at Halo, and their tech support is okay. I mean, like you get on the app and you can talk to a human face to face. It's really strange. They won't even let you do a warranty until you have FaceTimed or Zoomed with one of their customer service representatives. Their customer service representatives are great. They're grade A. They're really good about helping you. However, they only really they log and record, and they'll tell you how to reset. They don't really offer a lot of solutions. And what I've discovered is they don't follow up. They'll follow up right away that same day or whatever, and then they're like, they forgot your name. They don't know anything about what's going on. So Halo has some cracks in their business program. I don't know how long they'll last. So keep that in mind too if you're going to invest all this money in these GPS collars. Their product is so expensive that it drives most people away. And then for them not to work with small properties, that's kind of a bummer too. So we are actually the perfect customer for Halo to be able to have a nice big spread of land that our dogs can stay inside of. The collars are rugged enough to where the dogs can go swimming and they don't get ruined. The only issues I've really had with them are radio issues and charging issues, and none of those seem to happen from the dogs getting them wet. I can tell you my dogs wrestle all day long, and these little tiny screens right there, for whatever reason, they just seem to bite them off every time they get a tooth through them. So the dogs love to grab each other by these collars and rip each other around. But like this one, you can see it's brand new. There's no damage to it whatsoever, and it's shit the bed. So ultimately, what I'm saying is if you have a nice big spread of property and you're willing to deal with the pain in the ass of having these collars go out all the time, it's still the best solution for us. It does take about a week to 2 weeks to get a replacement collar in. So we have had issues before where, we're leaving to work or whatever and our dogs aren't protected. As long as one of them have a collar on, they seem to be okay. I do recommend if you do have 2 dogs, maybe to get 3 collars. Or if you have 3 dogs, get an extra collar probably, unless all the dogs don't need them, which is our case. Like we just really need one on one dog because they stay together. And if the first one gets shocked, then the other one probably isn't going to run off without them. So just take your situation individual and figure out what you need. If you live in town, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy, don't waste your money because they will not work. I'd say in my mind, if you have a 1 acre lot or larger, you're probably going to be okay. And that's probably maybe even a little too small. You will be perfectly fine with 5 acres. 1 acre, maybe not. But if you're less than 1 acre, don't even think about it. If you're in a city lot, don't even think about it. Build a fence. It's cheaper to build a fence if you have a small yard. Our fence is going to cost us around 40 grand. So obviously the collars are a lot cheaper to run than a huge fence, but I don't want a nice huge fence anyways around my property. So hopefully this will help anybody else who's like me out there and trying to figure out this endeavor. We have had these Halo collars now for 2+ years and have had a shit ton of problems with them. So Halo, if you guys watch this and you want more information, just look up my account because it's insane what they got going on. And by the way, Caesar, the guy, the dog whisperer or whatever, he ain't involved in this shit at all. That's just, he's a figurehead. I mean, I don't know where he comes in, but he ain't doing nothing. I think is what these guys figured is it would be like an Apple product. You make a super good product, put it out there for a high price and people just buy it. And that is the case with Apple, but Apple's product is solid. Halo's is not. Halo's is like buying a Vietnamese made Chinese collar or something junky that doesn't have a lot of backup behind it, and they just hot swap you out. Well, it takes 2 weeks to hot swap it. Then I got to go FedEx this back, so that costs me another time, trip to town, hassle of programming it, blah, 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 blah. Also, if you do get it, make sure you get these and keep them on because these do protect from the dogs fighting. They shred these I got to buy a new one of these every couple months. So they're shitty, but they work. Anyways, hopefully this helped anybody else out there, and have a great rest of your day.